I think, to be honest, and I can say this based on how God has been moving in me and so many other prophetic voices, right? For many pastors to say, oh, just focus on Jesus, just focus on Jesus, those of us that are crying out are doing so because of Jesus, right? Like, I say this all the time. I was good being a fashion designer. I was good making pretty dresses. Okay, I did not want to talk about the things that I'm talking about because I'm like, I literally said this to God. I said, God, all my customers are black. I knew the price of this. So what I'm saying is the Christians that are speaking up, this is not about a political candidate. This is not because we like Trump or because we want to live in comfort, but this is literally God moving in his people. And so when he said, you do something about it, it's because the reason why we're saved, the Bible says we are called to good works before the foundations of the earth. This is a part of the good works. And what makes people uncomfortable, we understand that good works is going to take care of the poor, is going to evangelize. But what if the Christians who stood up for slavery decide that they're not going to get involved in politics? That's the good works. What if the Christians who go and deliver people out of sex trafficking decided that, oh, that's not for Christians to do. That's a political issue. These are political issues in certain places. Slavery was a political issue. And so when Christians say, oh, they don't want to get involved or they're trying to stay neutral, to be honest, sometimes that's a cop-out. These are the part of the good works that we're called to. Furthermore, Apostle Paul was not a reasonable person. When he went and he was ministering to the Gentiles, you could read this in the book of Acts for yourself. He was not reasonable. He said, you guys pray to an unknown God, and God does not tolerate that anymore. I'm paraphrasing, but that's essentially what he told these people. These were people who did not know the God of the Israelites. These were people who worshiped all types of idols. And Paul goes to them in their own territory and said, y'all are worshiping false gods. That is not being reasonable. So those of us that are standing up and saying this is wrong, this candidate stands for the slaughtering of babies. We're not doing that because we like Trump. It ain't that deep. We're doing this because, one, this country is headed in a very, very dangerous direction. And we're literally talking about issues of life and death. And so that's one thing I would like to make as very clear as possible, okay? That this is not about political candidates, okay? Because Trump is not perfect. And to be honest, he cannot fix the issues. He cannot fix what's really wrong with America. That is the truth. However, he can do what leaders should do, which is put policies in place that don't invoke the wrath of God. That is what this is about. This is about restricting evil. He cannot stop evil, but he can do what he can humanly do as a leader, which is influence and put policies in place that restrict evil. That's the role of government, and that is how the church operates with government, aside from praying from them. So if we're going to be the hands and feet of Christ, and we're going to say faith without works is dead, one of the least things we could do is vote. And aside from that, speak up.